It's time. This video had to be made because it was just simply a matter of time. What do you consider a good gun? Is it a gun that has long range? Is it a gun that does lots of damage? Is it having aim assist that makes a gun so good? Perhaps it's the gun's ability to hip fire that makes it amazing. Oh, I know. It's a gun's ability to be fun that makes it good.
Wrong!
Guess what, pilots? Sit down and shut up, because what makes a gun good is its ability to fill many roles. I know, you're thinking, Nick, how is it that you are so wise in the ways of Pilot's gameplay? Well, you see, I'm so unfathomably awesome at Pilot gameplay because I was just born with the gift. Some people are born without it and have to resort to Titan gameplay. And others are born with it. When you think of elite Pilot gameplay, you think of the car. Because the car is the go-to weapon of the truest elite pilots. Why is that, you may ask? Why is it that the best pilot players in the world are so versed with this gun? Is it because it's the best pilot weapon?
Wrong!
Again, another misconception about the car. The Spitfire and the R201 easily outclass the car by miles. The R201 is perhaps the best gun to use for elite pilots to maximize their kills. So, that brings us back to the original question. Why is the car the go-to weapon for the best of the best pilots? Well, you see, the answer is quite simple, and that's because the car is simple. So first of all, the car is an SMG, and we all know how the SMGs fit the super fast play style that is adopted by only the most skilled pilot players in the game. So there's that. But beyond that, it's an SMG, there's something more, and that something more is actually something less. The car is so popular because of how stupidly simple it is. It doesn't have the interesting recoil mechanics of the alternator, it doesn't have the high rate of fire like the R97, and it doesn't trade damage for hipfire accuracy of the Volt. The car is just simply and purely a normal gun. And that's what is so addicting about it. Sometimes guns with interesting mechanics just simply won't do, believe it or not. Those kinds of guns don't interest everybody. A lot of people just simply want to use normal guns. Why are normal guns so fun, you may ask? Well, you see, believe it or not, people actually have something that is called a conscience and don't want to absolutely cheese on people with overpowered weapons. Because when you use overpowered weapons, you don't feel any accomplishment, and when you use underpowered weapons, you are practically crippling your potential to get kills. And like, no one likes that. So that's where normal guns come in. They are good enough for you to get kills, and yet you don't feel like a complete piece of shit frying on a Chicago sidewalk in the summer. Something that Spitfire campers still have yet not to feel. And that's exactly what the car is. A gun that isn't underpowered and isn't totally broken like the R201 or the Spitfire or the G2. Now, people like to say it's broken, and that's probably because all the best players in the world go around dogging on people with it, and that gives it a bad reputation. But all in all, you look at regular players' chances. Chances are the car users will be doing probably worse than the R201 users. So no, you cannot call the car broken and yet think that the R201 is not broken. It's not the car that is broken, it's the people that use it. All the good players go around getting super high kill games, not because of the car, but because they are actually good at the game. And it just so happens that they are using the car. The fact of the matter is, the car is practically useless in the hands of someone who doesn't know how to move properly. Again, I keep saying you will find that average players will be completely outgunned by average players using ARs, but yet no one bats an eye at AR users. So bottom line, the car isn't overpowered. It's the freaking master and grandmaster pilots out there using it to dog on people, and people associate those high scores with the car rather than attributing them to the skilled pilots behind the car. Okay? We clear? Great. So stop calling the fucking car OP and just get good at pilot gameplay. I am so terribly sorry that some of us actually know how to move around the map and don't rely on using those batshit insane broken pieces of shit called Titans to get kills. But anyways, when put in the right hands, the car is so fucking good. But only because you need to work for it to be good, just like any other weapon in the game. Except for the Spitfire, because that gun does all the work for you. But yeah, as I was saying, the car is so unimaginably good that you may just actually splooge your pants the first time you get a cross-map hipfire while flying through the air at Mach 1. That shit is so satisfying, and is practically a confirmation of skill. Speaking of hipfire, the hipfire on the SMG is so good. Like, the aim assist and the recoil are so good that there's practically no need to ADS this thing. You guys all know me. I literally never ADS the car, like, ever. You just need to watch my streams to know that. Or, well, what's left of my streams, because I quit streaming a while back. Anyways, that's besides the point. People like need to stop ADSing this gun. If you ADS this gun, you will be sent to the gulag where Elmo will tickle your butthole. Or at least that's the way I would have it. But yeah, anyways, like if you came from Call of Duty, yeah, that makes sense. If you came from Call of Duty, in Call of Duty you got ADS. And yeah, I don't blame you for keeping that mentality. But news alert, Einstein. This isn't COD. This is gosh darn frickin' Titanfall, gall dang it. Don't you forget it. The one thing, however, about the car that you need to look out for is how fast the magazine empties. That shit empties out faster than my lower intestine on taco night. That's why I usually like to run extended mag. But hey, I mean, if you want to run speed loader, go ahead. Or if you're not skilled enough to take advantage of tactical, you can just run both, I guess. But for people who actually know how to upgrade their guns, I honestly would just go with tactical and extra ammo. But yeah. But you see, at the end of the day, as perfectly balanced as the car may be, sometimes it's a good thing to get away from it. Sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta let it go and branch out, because despite the fact that using a car won't help your skill, well, maybe it might help your skill a little if you're just starting off, but eventually it can only go so far for you, but it won't hurt your skill either. But anyways, like I've been saying this entire video, it is just simply a normal gun, and only a normal gun. Yeah, sure, it's fun to break it out every once in a while. Take this game, for example. I get 58 kills with the car on this one match, and I was having the time of my freaking life. But despite that, if I keep on using it, I just feel nothing, and that's not good. You gotta feel something from video games. That's what video games are for. They're for fun. So that's why I just don't use it all the time. So there you go. There's nothing wrong with using only the car, but if you want to get better, then I strongly recommend using other guns, such as the EVA, the Volt, and L-Star, my golden trifecta of guns, to help improve your gameplay. Now, despite the fact that this is a car video, let's talk about the R201, because in case you haven't noticed, I've been talking a lot about the R201 in this video, and I think it is extremely relevant to the discussion about how strong the car is. Okay, so let's get right to the point. Do I think the R201 is more broken than the car? Absolutely it is. When you just look at it, the car doesn't even compare to the R201. I mean, just ask anyone who does comp. Literally anyone will tell you that you are very unwise to bring the car into comp, and that you are much better off using the R201. Why? Because the R201, believe it or not, has even better aim assist than the car. On top of that, the R201 has shitloads of more range than the car. Like, you can snipe people from across the map with this stupid gun, and it's so annoying. And on top of that, the R201 has a faster time to kill than the car. So do you want to tell me why is it that the R201 has more range than the car, more damage than the car, and more aim assist than the car, but yet everyone calls the car super broken? Like, I just don't get it. I'm sorry, but I just simply don't get it. Like, I knew a large majority of Titanfall players were stupid, but like, not this stupid. Come on, guys. Just think about it. Next time you start hating on the car, is it really the car that you hate, or is it the goated pilot main behind that you hate? Yeah, that's what I thought. And in the end, it doesn't matter how much you hate pilot mains, because chances are we hate each other even more. So please sit down. I mean, there is a reason why the R201 is more popular than the car, and that's because the car actually takes good skill to use. The actual shooting of the car doesn't take much skill, but the skill required to put yourself in a situation where the car works, that's just something you have to develop. The gun won't do all the work for you, so there you go. Hate on the R201, not the car. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed. It was only a matter of time before this video was made, because everyone knows about the car, whether it be a good opinion or a bad opinion. But yeah, so I'm not trying to change your opinion. If you want to hate on the car, go ahead. That is ultimately your decision. But at the very least, the point of this video was to try and show you guys where my mentality is on why the car isn't as broken as everyone says it is. Anyways, I'll see you guys around. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.